Listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
The PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.
Okay, so once again, a very big welcome to PNX TV. If you don't know what is going on currently in Ghana, MP Fasin Central declared intention so a president. Now, the road to presidency is very bumpy. What you say, you have to go through a whole lot of stage, from the party to the nationals to the ballot to the easy. And Agyapong is now passing through the whole post-election process. Uncle Bisa Mahama, Uncle Bisa, even Kufour and even Alan Cash, what it takes. Now, and some new course now Agyapong declares up as a president. Ken is out again. This time around, Ken is talking. In Agyapong, a very good man. He's outspoken or a very brave, but some NPP when he's seen to he also has his downside. And Ken has a history. Say if things doesn't go on well for him, then it is not good. If things doesn't favor NPP, then it is bad. So even though he stands to be the pillar of truth between NPP and NDC, or sometimes he is also a bit. Your friend is saying. A bit selfish of himself and his thoughts, and that is also normal of every human being. Now, that's sorry, and what is really shocking is that there's a new angle to this particular thing I come back in Agyapong. Mosumpa FM. Now, Ken really says something among workers. This guy, who does he think he is? Are they NPP can founding fathers? Now, NPP can founding fathers no. Don't you understand the word democracy? See, we should use this as a ground to just dismiss him. We shouldn't even let him contest.
And we are going there because Kwame Agyapong is a loud mouth, because he wants to contest into Ubegumejuma. I'm being nice and charitable to MPP for. They shouldn't dare me. They shouldn't dare me. Anybody. I will fix a meme contest binti Ubegumejuma. I will finish the party. The things I will say, the things I know that I've kept quiet. Masa, what I've gone through from January till date, MPP for Munti and Ye, I've been nice. I've been very, very nice. Basa will say, Enipa Bakunti, Ubegumejuma, Megu MPP. Mislomo. Alright, Nami body up here. Inti ahi pa na me bre wo wiase. All right, sabu be guma guma. Ono be yanko anim.
Okay, so many about your issue Yajin what is happening?
Kennedy ohene Agyapong ni buefu.
Okay, I don't know what is happening. Why not try say they na ekoso?
So I want him say anybody wo hwe soja anke be hu say dere bububububu e wo so ye nim say wa be dom eye NPP ebusuakuo emresanten ye han ye ni nkasa kra close to 8 6 7 10 years die ye nim ne say na oka party na ho na e ko ne e ba
Agyapong ba party me ko almost 25 years. He contested in 2001, but he joined the party, I think, somewhere in the 90s.
In the 90s.
So actually, about 30
now
years.
Say almost. Because yeah, in Kanye, 35 to 40 years, dear. Honorable. In it, Bema say, and also Obia Wakwadare was science, some Muse or Casse. What the secrets be a bab on Tia, not just will see who say, Abua or the Nibre Neka. And it's according to your papa, ne some be no or the to Janet say, yet your share your man penny that JJ Rollins in Renswa. Na obia ni honoma or dini juma sem idiagro. Yeba a John Agyapong Kufour, the ex-president on no so time. Bibia sa ANC. Ye ko share ye John Dramani Mahama, the ex-president so na be mu muso a sa nyama we nyina ensesi eba ne sai ana his excellency na do danko Kufour do nko abreso ana sa insemsem.
Okay, so let me it seems that you are not getting what is going on here. So basically what Ken is saying here, it's funny say or Pache say, because he want to contest for on the ticket of MPP, the main contenders in this case are Alan Cash, Baumia, and Agyapong, and also the other people. But here post, 3 people away, and Omudi post any kind. So Ken is saying is from January, if you read the whole thing very well, it's a lengthy audio now. He was saying you see ya pow tax people say omumbra ade bi obeton bia no ne atro. And also most of his businesses no you see no okọ ABC no nya link na ontimi nya sa link be a whole lot of barricade and barrier, and until he feels that he's being targeted because he's also contested. This is what Agyapong is saying, but this is where I think Agyapong is getting it wrong. Now if you think you are being targeted and saying because of your agenda and maybe a personal vendetta you have with some people who are trying to sabotage into the NPP, you know, it is really ridiculous, outrageous, and it sounds really foolish. The reason why I hear Kasani is because you fix the issues you have with people. I'm not sure Kufour will hire people to come and attack you in Agyapong for what? He likes you. You were the first person who opened up to say you are supporting him. But definitely, there are people in higher ranks that they will try politics, a Game of Thrones. Whatever you can use against your opponent, use it. Use it. What am I saying? If you can use that against your opponent and your opponents are using something against you, it's a game. Try to come out. But for you to say you're going to hold the party ransom, I think Hannah the campaign team I was almost stretching and say, okay, hey Ken, you can say all but you can say this. And I even have a problem with Kennedy Agyapong campaign team. I know some amigo but just not Jimmy for, but let's look at this from a friend is saying a particular point of view. A penassim we will not hail him whilst we know said the it's going to hurt his campaign. And we penassim Ken's campaign team need to start being serious. What I say, you don't allow the man to go on air and spit something. Now, Ken is a nice candidate. Whenever I speak with people, say Ken wants to be president. One of the things which usually come out is, oh, you're a good man, or you're better temper, no, you're probably a new we need a gentleman. But Ken is a gentleman within, but he sold the Venezuela too much, and Ghanaians think it's too extreme, and that alone is making him going to lose a lot of votes if he doesn't take care. Into Ken campaign team at the end of more day solve this crisis. Allow him to go on air to say this. Obegu party say DNT. Now Ken Lusua and so what? But for you to say people are and if the original so I can he needs to be clear, he needs to make it clear and be clarified on that. You can't tell me say your power GR for some moment now with Jimmy Muho. Now I'm going to check every sales you make into your target. And your target. Within last year, me call Accra Mall. Every shop I enter, there are GRA people, that's the Ghana Revenue Authority there. They are there. You see some, right?
Yeah.
Call, a friend is saying, many big supermarkets, Malcolm, China Mall, a friend is saying, Palace Mall, Flower Pots, near there, even small shops, Eddie's Pizza, Papa's Pizza, your friend is saying, Pinkberry, yeah, all people there. The reason why they are doing that is because they want to make sure say tax and workers or mutuano per the sales and the items that go out, if it correlates with it. So a idea more here and maybe a particular region as an exercise from here to here to here. Ain't say tax for by way here. Also be saying nobody is targeting it. Can all Ghana on him say tax for bobo area. Penas Kroma Bahasi. They've come to Penas. Into buy a yabo say you go you see into a tax. Meanwhile we are announcing, we always announce our financial statement near the treat your taxes, but still no see MB declare. It goes on everywhere. But for you to use this as a base, say, oh, and I attack him intino. Ken sounds childish. He needs to grow up. Because we will not tolerate it. Party in the NPP is not for you, Ken Agyapong. NPP is for the whole of the people who believe that Rawlings' era was a mistake. And they stood up and make sure say a party like NPP will come and make the wrong right. NPP they've really done what they've changed the system in terms of how we think about capitalism. They've changed it. As I said, NDC more of social life, free good thing for all. But ban the policy in capitalism. And it'll be to me they say NPP before they pave the way. They wrote that code which is making it come true. So Ken should come back again, and I don't think that now is a perfect time for him to be spewing out these words because it's only going to hurt him. Would you that is how it sounds. Even though he was not saying that, the message sounded like that. The whole thing is that Ken feels betrayed because some people don't want him to run, and some people are doing everything to stop him. One crano say people are Obi catching and say better than say Peter Obi. It's a likelihood, but if you can't Peter Obi in Japan, you've really fought well, and you are young, 62 years. You have a long years in front of you. So why don't you go to this election? If you win, fine. If you don't, if you lose, fine. That is why it's very important. Say Ken and his team is going to sit down and have a post-election plan, a pre-election plan, and a post. Your friend is saying lose election plan and a post-win election plan. That way, if you lose, what are you going to do? Would you stop and attack NPP? If you win, what are you going to do? How are you going to unify the party? Because clearly, this words doesn't sound like a unified leader from you. You don't seem like a unified leader. This words coming from you. So, if you win, what are you going to do? And if in Japan you lose, thank God you lost. Because at the end of the day, it will give you a step back for you to work behind the scenes. What else? You have more years. So we'll lose. So what are you doing? And that is why John Dumelo will lose. Because John Dumelo lose, Wanya do any biom you see flood in Kufour and Kobium 2024 year no so be a year we need to call shase. But lose and Kauko ya do no show up on Devers organize a cleanup and the people who know said this guy means it because imagine John Dumelo do lose and it was just a little over 2,000, a little under 2,000.
Okay. And
that's the first time any potential NDC candidate Guaya was NPP stronghold. They voted massively for Kufour, but on the MP side, it was more like skirt and blouse. So Ken should rethink his words and rethink his steps, and he should be very careful because some of us are rooting for him. The MP said vote for Ken, not because of just one mistaken comment. Everything will come down. Once again, I believe Ken is the best candidate in all the three. Alan Cash, Onoke in Japan, any Baumiano, any the rest. Ken is the best. We'll give you more updates as all of these various events unfold.